Good morning, students. Welcome to your English class. Today we are doing chapter 9 from our Wordsworth English Reader. The name of the chapter is The Priceless Slippers. This chapter is about a very revered, a respected saint. If you have been to Delhi, or if I many of you might have heard about him or heard about this place, Nizamuddin. There is a shrine dedicated to this saint, Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. Many of you might have heard about it, I'm sure, and it was in the news in the beginning of the pandemic also. So, who was he? Why is that shrine dedicated to him? Why do we respect him so much? Why do so many people visit his shrine at Nizamuddin in Delhi? He was a very revered is respected, highly esteemed. Many people hold him in high esteem. He was a saint is a person whom we call sant Mahatma in Hindi. He was a very pious man. Pious is holy man, the person who dedicates his life towards God. He believes in the oneness of God and dedicates his life towards humanity, towards serving humans. It's not that the person is totally extreme in his views, no. And this person, Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia, he was a Sufi saint. Sufi saint, they belong to Islam, they belong to Muslims, but they believe in the oneness of God. They do not believe that we are from different religions, so our religion is the best. They do not believe in that. They believe in oneness of religion or pluralism of religion. They treat everyone equally, and one of the best things about them is that they believe in humanity. They think that serving God is serving humanity, or if you serve humans, that means you are serving God. And they are also inclined towards music or songs, but only songs in the praise of God. So he was also a pious and a holy man who believed in serving humanity, serving human beings. And these Sufis, they think that love and devotion, not only praying, holding these holy books in hand and just praying to God is the only way of achieving goodness. They do not believe in it. They believe that love. Whom do we love? To humans, love towards humans, love for humans, and devotion are the only means of reaching God. And they do not believe in caste system. They emphasize upon leading a very simple life. They are not materialistic people. They believe in simplicity of life. They do not believe in luxuries. They think that if we live a simple life, that is our devotion towards God. We do not need all these comforts and luxuries of life. So this is what their main belief is. And this Sufi saint, Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia, he laid great stress on love as a means of the realization of God. It was his belief, it was his firm belief that if you serve humans, if you serve the downtrodden, if you serve the poor and hungry people, if you feed them, if you make their life a little bit comfortable, that means you are serving God. And he told Muslims that he holds dear God. He holds dear those who love him for the sake of human being. That means he told people that God loves those people only who love humans, who look after downtrodden, who look after the needy people. You don't have to pray to God 24 hours, just sit in one room, in one corner of the room, and pray to Him. No, it is not like that. If you dedicate that time, or if you devote that time in serving the poor, the needy, the hungry, that means you are serving God. That is more than your prayers. So that thing serves more than the prayer. So this is what he believed in. So he told that God holds dear those who love him. Him is God here, for the sake of human beings, and also those who love human beings for the sake of him. And this is the only way to love and adore him. And he also used Hindi in his teachings, though being a Muslim, but he used Hindi. He was from India, so he laid a lot of stress on Hindi. And his tomb, where he's buried, his tomb and Nizamuddin in Delhi has been a place of pilgrimage for both Muslims and Hindu. So that means if you go there, you will see all sorts of people. There are people from all religions, Hindus as well as Muslims, even Sikhs, even Christians. Many people hold him dear because of his beliefs, because of his belief of serving humans. And this story is about the same person. And here also we have one of one more character who is a very poor villager. So that poor villager goes to him, and what happens there, and who he meets when he comes back from after meeting Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia, this poor man who he meets on way back to his home. So this chapter tells us about all this. This is one of the incidents from Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia's life, and there this story also tells us about one of his greatest disciples, one of his followers, whose name was Amir Khusro. So he considered him, Amir Khusro considered Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia his guru. So he was a very staunch follower of him, and he revered him. He was one of the top fans of him. So this story is about Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro, and also one of the villagers. What happens there when he meets there? People tell him he's a very poor man who doesn't earn much money, so he wants to earn money in a quick way. So people tell him about Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia to go to Delhi and meet that person because he has very rich followers. This is what people tell him. So he goes there in the hope that Nizamuddin Aulia will help him. But what happens there? And why is this story about the priceless slippers? Why is this story not named after this revered saint or this poor farmer? Why is this story not named after them? Why is this story named after these slippers? So let's read about that in the story. So remember what this story tells us. It tells us about one of the incidents in the life of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia. What happens, what were his views, and how did he treat people who visited him, who wanted something from him? How did he treat those people, and what did he teach them, and how people respected him? How much respect people, rich, poor, everybody, how much respect they had for this person, and why was it like that? Was he really worth it? Was this person really worth it, or is he really worth that so many people visit his tomb at New Delhi? So let's read about him in the story. This is chapter 9 from your book, and the chapter is known as Priceless Slippers. So in the next video we'll read about the story.